What is up, huge fam? Welcome to the start of season 4 of our YouTube channel. For those of you who are coming from our live stream, which just ended a few minutes ago, you should already know a few details on this. But for those who did not watch that movie night live stream, this video is for you. But there are a lot of things that are going to be happening this season. So I can't wait to get on with this. Welcome to season 4, right? What you're looking at right now is our logo for this season. Our primary color for this season is light purple. So last season our primary color was maroon. If for those of you who haven't noticed, that is going to be different this season. It's light purple now. And the theme for this season is a corrupted mountain. So we're stepping away from the burning forests and stepping into a corrupted mountain. So different, still an evil vibe, but at least we're not on fire anymore. Alright, so before I can even begin to talk about season 4, we got to talk about the things that led up to this moment, because the season 3 rankings is part of what determined season 4. Now, the season 3 rankings went pretty well. What I'm also going to be changing, here I'm going to announce the first change, though, is that the first 6 weeks of the season are going to be the ones that are being ranked. The 7th week is just going to be a cooldown and will just serve as a week that just finish up the season. So, and throughout week 7, we will also announce the loser of the season as well from this point forward, for those who want to listen in, but we will also release that here in this video as well. So for season 3, our primary games, the standings were exactly the same, with Geometry Dash in first, 2 seasons in a row, Roblox in second, with, of course, because Fish and TSP are both exploding in popularity, and Fortnite in third. Because, yeah, it's the same exact results from last season, so there's nothing really that big there. And primary games, again, for those who don't remember, I'm the one who picks them, so those rankings doesn't really temporarily matter that much. However, for secondary games, it does matter, because the one game that is last place will not be featured in season 4 and will be replaced by the winner of the tournament polls, which we will get to in a minute. First place was Rivals, overtaking Blox Fruits, which means Rivals is sticking around in season 4. And not only that, Rivals is now the number 1 seed in the secondary category. Overall, they're the number 4 seed based on the ruling. In second is Blox Fruits, which means in last is Rocket League, and Rocket League has been eliminated, which means we will not be playing Rocket League during season 4. Now, this is probably some bad news for some of you, because I know there's a big Rocket League community, but the rotation system has to happen. Otherwise, our content will get stale. So, yeah, unfortunately, their lifespan has ran out. So now, for our Season 4 games, I want to announce something before I even get in this category, because what I just covered in the last section for Season 3, I only stated primary and secondary games. For now, starting in this season, we now also have tertiary games as well, because there are a couple of streams that I was able to do that wasn't technically either a primary or secondary game, that I actually had an available way to make it consistent. So tertiary streams are now new to the channel. And they are not required, which means I don't have to technically do them if I don't want to. So, our Season 4 games, we're going to start with the primary game. The first one is Geometry Dash. This is going to be their third season because Geometry Dash was around in both season 2, season 3, and they will now be around in season 4 as well. Definitely a history of Geometry Dash has happened during that lifetime, and now they're going to be sticking around once again. The second game in the primary category I selected, again, is Roblox. This is going to be their fourth season, and one of the only 2 games that have been around in all 4 seasons. Yeah, there's with the other one being Fortnite. Yeah, both Roblox and Fortnite are the only 2 games that have been around in every single season, and for good reasons, because they're very fun. Normally, some games don't stick around forever, but this one kind of did. But these 2 kind of did. So, next category is the secondary game category, which these are games that viewers picked over the seasons through the polls system, and yeah, the poll system does work. Which, the first one that is going to be around is, of course, Rivals. They are now the 1 seed in the secondary category, which means they're going to be played on the same day as Geometry Dash from now on. And this is going to be Roblox Rivals' second season, so get ready for that. Further moving down is Blox Fruits, which used to be the number 1 seed as of a secondary game, but now they're the number 2 seed, which means they're now going to be played on the same day as Roblox for this season. As they went down 1 seed, they're now the number 2 seed in this conference. And then finally, our new game, which just won the polls, not even, what time is it? They just won the polls an hour and 6 minutes ago. Fish. Yeah, for those of you who have been watching the polls all day, you might have noticed that TSB was in the lead at some point. However, Fish has made a comeback and defeated TSB, and Fish has stolen the spotlight for getting into there, and now Fish has made their way to this season, which means get your fishing rods. You're going to need them because Fish has made it to the schedule. Fish will be played on the same day as Fortnite because they are the number 3 seed, as every new game that gets elected in automatically is the number 3 seed. In order for them to stay around, they have to defeat either Blox Fruits or Rivals in order to stay in and continue to exist in Season 5. But for Season 4, that's our secondary category. Now again, tertiary games are games that I've chosen to exist in the timeline. They serve as our night streams if I decide to do them and if I have time to do them. And they're optional to stream. Now, there's only 3 games in this category, but movie nights count as this category as well. Because I'm continuing movie nights. And the schedule for tertiary streams is not the same as primary and secondaries. They don't use the same system. They use a weekly system instead. Where we play each of these games once a week rather than twice, because we also have to have movie nights as well in between. And yeah, let's begin. The first game is actually a game that existed as a primary game. Or no, this used to exist as a secondary game during Season 1, but lost to War Thunder. Yeah, that was a pretty embarrassing defeat. But Minecraft is still got a special place, so it is coming back as a tertiary game. And for those of you who have been watching some of the Minecraft's live streams, we're not going back to that world that's modded because there's been an issue with people playing the game where they couldn't join. So instead, I'm going to make a new world and I'm not going to add a dang thing to it. As the goal is to try to get as many people to join as possible. The next one is Lego Fortnite Odyssey. I like this game mode too. I know half of you hate it and half of you don't hate it. I don't know why half of you really hate it. You just got to learn how to play the game and then you won't hate it so much. Especially when with the new update and making everything hard. Now, as far as going into the worlds, I want to say something that's going to change a lot. We're going to be starting Chapter 2 of our Lego Fortnite Odyssey, and we're going to coexist with Chapter 1. Meaning we're going to be playing in both worlds on a weekly basis. So, either that... Actually, scratch that. We're going to alternate streams. Every other stream will play in each of the two worlds. So, for example, for the first week, we're actually going to start in Chapter 2 of our Fortnite Odyssey map. And then the week after, we would go to Chapter 1. This allows both the chapters to coexist and not cause any issues. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this because returning to a large world, or for some viewers, joining a big old world might be overwhelming to them. Inviting them to a second chapter would definitely help cope with that. Now, as far as keys go, there will be keys in Chapter 2 until somebody decides to do something stupid. Now, the keys won't be as strict, but it won't be as easy to obtain them either. What I mean by that is I will only pick trusted people to have keys, which are people who actually enjoy the game and actually are trusted and don't destroy anything. Which also, if you saw that previous video with the Hope Eyes, I do have to say something that I forgot about. I believe the destruction of that house could have been from a live stream before that as well, which opens the possibility of more than just two people that could have destroyed the house. So really, it's a mystery, and that mystery's probably going down the toilets, which is unfortunate. Which, the next time I do join in Chapter 1, I do have to rebuild that house still, but yeah, having two chapters is going to be great. So yeah, get your Lego builds out. And our third one is Terraria. This series is pretty good, even though it's possible to do multiplayer. This series is still good and still attracts people. And I still have fun playing it as well. We're currently in the desert right now, trying to get some good stuff from there. I've died millions of times to cactuses because they all suck. And the next time I stream Terraria, it's actually going to be... Well, I guess as I'm filming this, it's Monday. So therefore, I'm coming to do that later tonight. So, yay, I'm going back to the desert tonight. Kind of waited for that, actually. So, yeah. Here's the full list of games. 3 of them are new, and 1 of them is returning, as Minecraft has existed in Season 1, and now they're coming back in Season 4. So they've literally waited 2 seasons of no Minecraft to come back like this. So yeah, that's a lot of games in several different categories. Now, time for some advertisements. The first one is the Discord. Please join the Discord. It's a pretty good place to hang out in and talk to other fans of our YouTube channel. I would recommend changing your display names to your YouTube name so that everybody can recognize you, because a lot of people's YouTube names are completely different than their Discord names, which is then completely different from their Roblox and etc. etc. I wish everyone could use a universal name, but that's not how that works. So yeah. Moving on to something that's even less popular, our Roblox group. It is possible to join our Roblox group as well. Our Roblox group is more of a public place to just post things like experiences. If it's possible, you can add store items, as everything is possible there. You can make your own shop there if you wanted to. I really don't care what happens to the page as long as you don't harass one another. So yeah. What you're looking at is my old logo for that. I will be updating all these once I'm done filming this video. Our Fortnite creator code. Please use code HugeOdin1. Doesn't matter what capital letters you use it in. As long as you use the code HugeOdin1, you should be able to support me on Fortnite or Rocket League, but I don't really... But again, Rocket League just got eliminated, so there's no point for Rocket League anymore, but use our creator code. And I am able to do customs now, so that's a good sign. Now for the Fortnite League. I know some of you have noticed I did not do a tournament stream today. That's because I decided I wanted to do the next Fortnite 1v1 tournament after the Super Bowl, because every week there's a lot of people are going to be watching football rather than anything else. So I've moved Season 3's original tournament date to February 16th. So yeah, which is a week after the Super Bowl, so. And for the Season 4 tournament, which is going to take place in this same season, so we're actually going to have 2 of these in a single season for the first time ever. That's going to take place on March 9th. And both of those tournaments do take place in 2 different server regions. Because Season 1 was in NA East, and because Season 2 was in NA Central, Season 3 is going to be in NA West, and that will be the last of the North American server regions until Season 9. So, yeah, it's going to be a while. So, get your games on. This might be your last chance if you're from North America to have good ping in tournaments before we head over to Europe in Season 4, so. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't play the tournaments just because it's not in your region. It just means it's going to be harder. The reason why we rotate through these per season is to make it fair. So, yeah. Now for the polls. This is a big change too, because there's actually been an expansion to this. Previously, we've had 64 games every single season for the last 3 polls. And this next one, well, the process for electing a game into the next season starts on the very first day of the season. Take a look. So the new format is there is now 112 games in the polls for this season. I've already determined what the polls are, so there's not really going to be any new games joining it right this second. So and we're going to have 48 of the higher seeded games start in the divisional round, which is the same round that used to be the first round in the past, as we added a wild card round before that, where the 64 new games would start, where the 64 lower seeded games would start in that round. And there would be one wild card round, wild card match per division. So, yeah. So here's here's the timeline for how this is going to work. From starting today until, which is the 20th of January, to the 23rd of January, the conferences are going to be revealed, and the games inside those conferences will be revealed as well. So this will let you basically inform. That means you guys are basically getting informed on what games are going to be in the polls before the polls even begin, which allows you guys to create a plan. Now, there's going to be 4 divisions per conference, so just telling you the conferences alone doesn't guarantee you're going to be in a match with a certain game in the first round. But you will be paired up with 3 other games, or if you're a wild card game, you would start in the wild card round with 3 other games there. If you're a divisional game, you would have to wait until the divisional and be paired up with 2 other divisional games, and the winner of that wild card would be there. Now, on the January 24th through January 31st, the divisions will be revealed, meaning the division matchups and stuff will be revealed. Now, what the structure for this will look like is there are going to be 7 games per division, which means there's going to be 28 games per conference. Now, the 7 game out of each, let's talk about one division by itself. There are 7 games in each division. 4 games will start in the wild card round, while the other 3 will start in the divisional round. The 3 higher seeded games would be in that division, while the 4 lower seeded ones would be in the wild card round. Now, the divisional round doesn't start until the 5th week of this season, so you really don't have to. So if your game is in the divisional round, you'll have to wait a while before the polls for that begins. As for the wild card, that starts sooner. So, speaking of the wild card round starts on the first day of February and lasts all the way until February 26th. February 16th. That is going to be the wild card matches. Each day, there will be a match. There will be a poll that will determine which wild card game moves on to the divisional round. And the games that win each of the 16 wild card matches would advance to the divisional round and join the other 3 games that already start in the divisional round. Then, after that, the divisional round matches will start on February 17th and end on March 4th, where the 4 games that are already qualified to the divisional through being a higher seed will join up with the wild card winner, and they would all have a poll against each other, and the winner of that would advance to the conference final, which there are 4 conferences, so there are going to be 4 conference final matches. And in the conference championship round, that starts on March 5th and ends on March 8th. And in the conference championship round, the winner of each of those 4 polls would head to the final round, which is now going to have a name. It's going to be called the Super Gamer Bowl. Kind of ironic how this literally looks like an NFL kind of name, because it is. And it actually fits it pretty well because of the way this tournament is structured. Now, in the Super Gamer Bowl, it works the same way as the final round of the polls, where the winner of that poll would become the winner of the game polls and move on to Season 5. And the winner of the entire tournament will be announced at 12 a.m. on March 10th in Eastern Time. I'm sorry, Dean. I'm not talking about your time. I'm talking about my time zone. I know you're going to ask me that. So, look up Eastern Time, if you will, so you guys get an idea on when 12 a.m. Eastern Time is. So, yeah. So, yep, about us is that we are a YouTuber who just likes to upload a lot of stuff, and this season we've actually are going to be able to do that. I want to thank everybody for giving us 1,000 subscribers, even though I've already said this already, but we're going to say it again, because, yeah, we've made it there. And I hope to see you guys in Season 4. Thank you guys for the support through the first 3 seasons of this system, because it actually is working. And in a short while, I will post the polls, or at least the conference, the first conference. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in Season 4.